I'm going to do a little review tutorial because we have had several machines come in for service, which, yay, we love that you're getting your machine serviced. Recommend that they be done at least once a year. However, a lot of them are coming in and people are saying they're not sewing right, they're skipping stitches, and when our technician gets in, they are so dirty. So I want to remind you, the machine consumer, that I don't care what brand you have, you need to be cleaning your machine after every project. After every project. So we're going to go through how easy that is to do and what to do. Every machine that you purchase will come with its own screwdriver, and I cannot say that that one screwdriver will fit every brand. They all use different sizes of screws. So use the screwdriver that comes with your machine. And then you should also have a brush. I did a tutorial before where I told you I went and got a paintbrush, a little soft paintbrush for my my own use, and I recommend it doesn't have to be an expensive brush. Just go to one of the big bulk discount type stores and just get a soft, make sure it's soft, and get a soft brush. So I always take off my presser foot if I can, because it just gets out of the way. If you have a front-loading machine, you of course will take off the tray, but most machines these days are top-loading. So you first have to remove your plastic cover and set that aside. Your machine might have a screw, I'm going to come from this way, like a couple of screws here and here that you will need to unscrew. The machine I'm demonstrating on today is the Quilt Expression 710, and it just has a pop. Okay, so I have a little, there's a little space here on either side of my throat plate, so I'm just going to put my screwdriver right there and pop it up. That's how simple this is. The throat plate comes off, and sometimes you might want to take and go like this, and brush some lint off. If you have a machine that has, I just dropped my brush, excuse me. It's under camera guy's foot. Okay, there we go. If you have a machine that has the scissors, this is a good place to come at this point and take some tweezers and get the threads that get stuck right here out of the way, because if your scissors stops working, the blade can get dull, but most of the time it's because there are threads that get trapped in the blade. And so you just take tweezers and clean that out. You saw everything popped out, my bobbin case right here. We have had bobbins, when they removed the bobbin case, it is so packed with lint down here that it is like a little felt pad. So you don't want your machine to get like that. So you take out everything and you take your brush and you swish away. Can you see this machine's just a demo machine, but you can see the lint on it. And so you just take that and you're going to brush that around. And there's a hole, and I know camera guy's not going to be able to see it right back here. There is a little hole on this side. He's working on it behind. There's a hole right here. I will quite often just take my brush and just kind of grab the lint that gets down there too. Okay? Also, don't forget to do your feed dogs. So do take your brush and clean your feed dogs, because lint gets trapped there. A lot of times people are going to say, well, what causes the lint from the machine? Well, your fabric, obviously, because when your needle is piercing your fabric, it causes lint. I mean, you've cut fabric. We have lint all the time in the store, dust. We call it dust, but it's lint from cutting fabrics. And they will build up on your machine. Your type of thread is another thing that causes lint. So if you see an excessive amount of lint, and you can get lint on your needle bar. I'm going to bring mine down right here. If I use a certain kind of thread, I will quite often get a lot of lint on my needle bar, and I will just brush that down right there too. And natural fibers, cotton thread is one of the probably biggest culprits for causing lint in your machine. So you have a choice of using cotton, which I do use cotton. I like the Aurifil. You can also use Sofine, which we carry, and that is lint-free, and that will help reduce the lint in your machine. You're still going to get lint. Just a matter of sewing, because we're sewing on natural fibers, that cotton fabric, and that's going to cause it. So brush everything out. Never, ever, ever take canned air to your machine. Please do not do that, because you are packing things. I'm going to remove the tray. There are whole kinds of things inside this casing right here, and if you take canned air and spray that lint, you think you're spraying it out. You're actually packing it in to the mechanics of the machine that live in your arm and underneath. And it's really a difficult thing. I'm just going to let you know it can be done, but they have to come in and take screws, and there's other screws underneath here that you can't even see that they have to take off to get to that part of the machine. Now the technician will do that because he has to clean the machine. That's part of cleaning the machine, but it's really scary when you take canned air and pack that lint inside the machine. Then that causes more problems, and I don't think you want to do that. So no canned air. Just take your brush, get a nice soft paintbrush, swoosh around. It's like we have had some little tools. We're out of them right now, or I would show you those little tools. But keep your machine clean. I know one customer, every time she changes her bobbin in her project, she takes everything apart because she's already got to have it open to change the bobbin. So she just cleans throughout her projects too, and she has a very nice clean machine. Clean maintenance on our machines really helps prolong the life of your machine, and you'll have a happier sewing experience. I really hate it when people come in and say, oh my gosh, my machine isn't working right. I really feel bad because I know how important these things are to us. So this is what you can do, and now we have to put it together, right? You have to remember, your manual will help you, but always, always your bobbin case goes in first. This is the bobbin case. It goes right there, and then there's this little piece, and it slides right in. There's a tab, this little tab right here. There's a hole for that tab. You just pop that in, and it should lay flat when you get it right there. And then you're ready to put the cover or the throat plate back on. And because this is a snap off, this tab here has to go into this hole back here, and it just slides right there and then pushes down on the front, and then you're ready to put your bobbin in and then the bobbin cover on. There we go. Off. Get my bobbin the right way. Always make sure your bobbin's going the right way for your machine. That's another thing that causes the machines to not be happy. And you're ready to sew again. I don't know why this is such a hard thing for everybody to know how to do, because it's really, they've made it super, super simple. We don't have to oil these machines anymore. Yay, I over-oiled my mother's Singer because I thought I was taking care of it properly, and I put too much oil in it. So then they had to take everything off and soak it to get rid of the extra oil and then re-oil it. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. Anyway, please take care of your machines. Please enjoy your sewing experiences. Make sure you change your needle often. That will also help your machine perform better, because it will reduce the lint, because you're not poking holes in your fabric that you would with a dull needle. And I think that a lot of people don't realize that, you know, you need to change your needle like every 8 sewing hours, which is not very long, but they're not meant to last very long. So every project, buy a new pack of needles, and get a good quality thread, clean your machine, and you'll have a much better sewing experience.